New Radio and the Door County Daily News. I'm Tim Coles, joined by Tegan, Luedke, and Maree Baumann from Algoma High School as end of the school year is coming up. But Tegan, your school year technically still has about another month and a half to go, even though you're graduating here at the end of the month, I believe, because you are going to be competing in the Future Business Leaders of America National Competition in Atlanta, Georgia next month. And first of all, tell us a little bit about this competition that you'll be participating in.
So FBLA, you can choose a test, a presentation, an essay, and I chose a test. So I took an 100-question test about healthcare administration because I'm going into the healthcare field and pre-med next year. So we went to state this month, and I placed third, so I will be going to nationals to compete.
And what kind of questions were on this? You mentioned it was kind of healthcare administration related, but I guess can you remember a couple of questions that stuck out to you, whether it was one that was a slam dunk that you knew that you got right, or maybe one that you got wrong that you're still just trying to scratch your head and figure out what it was?
There was a lot of questions that were like, what's the Latin root of, and one that I knew was gastro, so that's like stomach issues. So I knew that one. And then there was some about OSHA, and then the administration ones I didn't know as much. And you would think because it was an administration test, it would be more about healthcare administration, but it was actually just focused on healthcare and like patient care.
And how do you prepare for a test like this? Is it just more studying on top of studying, or is there a secret to what you had to do?
So the funny part about that is I actually did not study. I took a Quizlet in her car on the way there. But last summer, I got a job at Door County Medical Center in the ER as an ER technician, and that prepared me a lot. All the terms and knowledge I needed to know.
Very good. And Maree, obviously, you said that you've done this in the past before?
No, I have never.
Not here?
Not here, and not at Southern Door where I used to work. This is my first year ever.
So what got you involved in being the FBLA advisor?
Being a business teacher, that's part of my job responsibilities, and
Gotcha.
it was already formed here. So I got into it. The kids helped me, and we have great state leaders that take veterans and along the way. But Tegan doesn't know that I have a huge big packet of papers for her to study, so I want her to do well.
And what has it been like having Tegan in your classes and preparing for the state competition, obviously, but now getting ready for the national competition?
We're nerve-wracking because we want to do well.
Yeah.
Is the national competition going to be similar to the state competition, just obviously different questions, bigger room, stuff like that?
Well, there'll be people from all over the United States. I think there's 4 kids in every category from every state. Got a lot of people that she'll be competing against. And I think they are doing the top 10. So that's our goal.
And this one's spread across like 3 days, where the last one we went for like an afternoon at state.
Gotcha. So is it like 100 questions each day, 50 questions each day?
No, you go there, and I think there's a workshop, and there's things that you do, meetings you attend, and then there's one day where we take the tests.
So not only is it the test portion of it, but it's a nice learning opportunity as well, which will be especially important for you as you head into a similar study area when you head to the St. Norbert's this fall.
Yeah.
And what other activities are you involved in? Obviously, we're recording it now because you got softball coming up later today. What are some of the things that kind of keep you busy here at Algoma?
So next year at St. Norbert's, I'm actually being on the softball team there. And I'm in basketball, volleyball, t-ball. I'm coaching t-ball and powder puff. And I'm in FBLA, Honor Society, and we have our little meeting Monday with all the scholarships. And this summer I'm doing, I forgot what it's called, but it's in Green Bay. It's a league for special athletes, and I'm being one of the coaches there as well.
Oh, you're doing the Miracle League.
Yes, Miracle League. Yeah.
Absolutely. Those kids are a whole lot of fun. And how do you do that balance? Because obviously, if you're playing softball in college, you have to be obviously really good at it, which you've been having a great season as well with softball. How do you balance your academics, your athletics, and some of the different clubs and stuff that you do here?
I try to get a pattern down. At the beginning of the year, I was working at the hospital in the mornings, and then I would come to school, and then I would go to practice. And at first, it was a little difficult, but once you get like the rhythm down, it starts getting easier, and it's good just having that balance.
So maybe your most enjoyable part of your senior year is it starts to wind down here with graduation coming up. Softball tournament starts next week.
Yeah.
What are some of these things that when you reflect on your senior year or even your 4 years in general that you really tried to take a grasp on?
Homecoming week. I really like homecoming week, all the dress up days and activities, and softball season. I just love the environment, the people, the coaches. We're just like a giant family.
And you mentioned that you've been working at York County Medical Center. You're going into a healthcare field or healthcare studies at St. Norbert's. 4 years from now, 5 years from now, what do you hope to be doing? What do you hope to be able to achieve?
After St. Norbert's, I'm hoping to pursue a doctorate degree at the Medical College of Wisconsin and then become an OB from there.
And Maree, I'll give you another opportunity. Just brag about Tegan a little bit. To be able to be her business teacher your first year here at Algoma, and your first year here, you get to go to the national competition. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's exciting, and Tegan was one of the kids that helped me feel welcome here. I can see where kids come into a school and they're kind of shell shocked, and she's one of the students that helped make it very outgoing and listen. So, like when you ask her to, well balanced.
All right. Well, we've been joined by Maree Baumann and, of course, Tegan Luedke, who will be competing at the end of June at the FBLA national competition in Georgia. And, of course, also Algoma softball continues this week and then next week, and hopefully keeps on going after that.
Yeah.
Because that means you're making a nice run of the tournament. Thank you so much for the invite, and thank you so much for telling us a little bit about you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been watching New Radio and the Door County Daily News.